So our measured move is down here to 14,139. It's more likely that occurs than breaks us to the upside, but anything is possible. I wanted this POC to hold. We did not. We fell right through it to the ground. Bounce, bounce, bounce. And, you know, you hit it long enough, you're going to break it. We also win this, you know, I guess I called it a bullish rectangle, so to speak. And we fell to the downside. However, we did do the double bottom here, and we're holding the level of 16,800. It's always the eights, isn't it? The crazy eights. Right now, the 15-minute does want to roll over. That the 1 hour is in a pretty good shape for possibly a move. But you can see we're in this channel, down, up, down, up. You can only assume that we're going to stay in the channel until we break out, you know, or we could even break down. Measured move would take you somewhere to this area, about 16,200. We still would hold 16K. All right. Another chart I would like to look at is what I had cooking for a week, like a week, but I haven't really touched it, is this idea, you know? Did we fake out, break out, and are we just riding this trend line here? So far, so good, and as long as we stay above this point of control, let me open it up here, this point of control at about 16,500, we're okay. So, you know, we lose that, we're going to likely go to the low liquidity zone at 15,600 and double bottom to this area, all right? Remember, this is like a bit of a symmetrical triangle now, in my humble opinion. And it has the length of the back end like this, and that's where you will dump 14K, 14,200 area. So, and we can hit control, flip that back up. That's pretty much a similar idea here. Oh, sorry, put that back. And that puts us at about a 19,500. It's more bearish than bullish in my humble opinion. If I had to, like, you know what I mean? Make a call on it. And again, that 22 hour still looming to the downside with a bearish engulfer, right? And you kind of have this, like, you know, you could say, well, we are still in the pattern, so to speak. It's not over yet. So I guess you're still in the bullish engulfer, you know, bullish rectangle, but I mean, it's starting to show some signs of weakening, and it wicked really far as it got brought back up. Can it hold inside? You know, that's the question. Pretty interesting. The daily very oversold, wanting to come down on us eventually. The daily telling us a big move to the downside is coming. If you just play the daily, it says 14,200. So the idea here is open up. You know, again, I remember those insurance shorts that I talk about? They've played out very nicely. So the idea is to open up an insurance short here at 16,008. Stop loss at 17,000, you know, 160, 250 area. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say I do should be taken as financial advice. Something like this, you know. Stop loss somewhere in this zone. Somewhere in this area here, right? And, yeah, and that's the insurance short. You get hit, you don't lose a lot. You know, you're pretty close, and maybe they play a game, do a bear trap, and then it's more apparent. But if it starts to dump, in the last few times we've opened up these insurance shorts, they've played out nicely. So our measured move is down here to 14,139. It's more likely that occurs than breaks us to the upside, but anything is possible. We do have this bullish divergence here, and the weekly is pushing a bullish divergence. And I've been talking about the 3-day chart. No, so we got this falling wedge can break to the upside 68% of the time. All right. And it tried to break out, but it's getting rejected. Thing is, the 3-day does have sauce, but the daily could even pin it if the daily gets nasty. We got to get above this point of, you know, this high volume node to get to this point of control here at 19,250. It can happen, right? And if we look at the daily, I mean, we're so far away from the 200 simple, which would be just the beginning of a rejection or like an, you know, as we try to climb out. But right now, the 3-day is suggesting somewhat of a bounce, and it's not over yet. And it has a very strong bullish divergence with a lack of bearish momentum on the MACD. But only time will tell.